In the vastness of space, where stars twinkled like diamonds against a dark velvet sky, a small human spaceship named Explorer 1 drifted silently. The ship was crewed by a diverse team of adventurers, each eager to uncover the mysteries of the universe. Among them was Alex, a skilled engineer with a passion for technology and discovery. His bright blue eyes sparkled with excitement as he stared out the viewport. "Look over there!" shouted Mia, the ship's navigator. She pointed towards a distant object floating eerily against the backdrop of stars. As they drew closer, the object revealed itself to be an enormous, abandoned alien ship. Its metallic surface was covered in strange symbols and colors that shimmered in the dim light. "Is that an alien ship?" asked Raj, the ship's pilot, squinting through the control panel. "It looks ancient." "Yes," Alex replied, his voice filled with awe. "It's unlike anything we've seen before." "We should investigate!" The crew shared nervous glances, but the thrill of adventure overcame their fear. With Raj at the helm, they maneuvered Explorer 1 closer to the alien vessel. As they approached, they could see that the ship was enormous, much larger than their own. Its design was smooth and flowing, as if it had been sculpted by an artist. The ship seemed to pulse with energy, inviting them to explore. "Let's suit up," Mia said, already preparing her gear. "We need to be careful. We don't know what we might find inside." The crew suited up in their space gear, each feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. Once they were ready, they boarded the alien ship through a large opening at the rear. Inside, the atmosphere was dim and quiet. Strange lights flickered along the walls, casting eerie shadows. Alex activated his flashlight, illuminating the dark corridors. The walls were adorned with symbols that glowed faintly, creating an otherworldly ambiance. "Wow, look at this place," Mia breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's beautiful and terrifying at the same time." As they ventured deeper into the ship, they found large chambers filled with odd machinery and equipment. Some devices looked like they were designed for combat, while others appeared to be for navigation and communication. Alex's heart raced with curiosity. "This technology could be centuries ahead of ours," he whispered, running his fingers over a control panel covered in alien symbols. Suddenly, a low hum filled the air, and the lights flickered more intensely. The crew froze, glancing at one another with concern. "What was that?" Raj asked, his voice tense. "I'm not sure," Alex replied, a sense of unease creeping in. "Let's keep moving. We need to find out what happened here." They continued exploring until they stumbled upon a vast control room. It was dominated by a massive central console surrounded by glowing screens. As Alex approached the console, he felt a strange energy radiating from it. "This must be the heart of the ship," he said, excitement bubbling in his voice. Mia examined the screens, her brow furrowing in concentration. "I can't understand these symbols, but they look like they are displaying data about the ship's status." Just then, they heard a distant rumble, like thunder echoing through the halls. The crew exchanged worried glances. "We should be careful," Raj said. "This place feels alive and not in a good way." Alex nodded, his instincts kicking in. "Let's gather what we can and head back to Explorer 1. If this ship has technology we can use, we'll need to analyze it more thoroughly." As they made their way back, they heard whispers in the shadows, almost as if the ship were trying to communicate with them. "Do you hear that?" Mia asked, her voice trembling slightly. "Yeah, but I can't make out what it's saying," Raj replied, his eyes darting around nervously. The whispers grew louder, swirling around them like a storm. Just then, Alex spotted something in the corner of his eye, a fleeting shadow darting away. "What was that?" he gasped. The crew paused, fear gripping their hearts. They had entered a world of unknowns, and their adventure had just begun. Would they uncover the secrets of the strange ship, or would they fall victim to its mysterious past? With hearts pounding and minds racing, they stepped cautiously into the unknown, ready to face whatever awaited them. The journey was only beginning, and they had no idea how unforgettable it would be. Back on the Explorer 1, the crew gathered in the main cabin to discuss their incredible find. The atmosphere was electric with excitement, but also a hint of uncertainty. Alex stood at the center, his mind racing with possibilities. "Guys, that alien ship is a goldmine of technology," Alex began, his voice steady and full of enthusiasm. "If we can upgrade it with our human tech, we might make it even more powerful." Mia nodded, her eyes sparkling. "Imagine what we could do with that ship," We could travel faster and explore more places than ever before. Raj, however, looked skeptical. But we don't fully understand how their systems work. What if we break something? We'll take it step by step, Alex reassured him. We just need to be careful and smart about it. After some discussion, the crew agreed to begin the upgrade process. They set a course back to the alien ship, eager to get started. Once they docked, Alex led the team through the airlock and back into the alien vessel. They gathered tools and supplies from their own ship, preparing to dive into the unknown. In the control room, they spread out, each member focusing on different parts of the ship's technology. Alex examined the main console, his fingers dancing across the alien controls. Mia worked on the navigation systems, while Raj took charge of the ship's engines. As they worked, Alex noticed how the alien technology responded to their presence. The lights pulsed gently, almost as if the ship were alive and aware of their actions. "This is amazing," he whispered to himself, feeling a connection with the ship that was almost spiritual. Hours passed, and their excitement slowly turned into frustration. The alien technology was not as simple as it seemed. "Why won't this thing work?" Mia muttered, slamming her tools down. "I don't get it!" "We need to figure out how the systems interact," Alex said, trying to keep everyone motivated. "Let's think outside the box. What if we combine our technology with theirs? Maybe we can make it work better." Raj nodded. "That might just do the trick." "Let's try it." After brainstorming and working together, they devised a plan to integrate their systems. They connected their human navigation software with the alien control panel. The screens flickered with strange symbols and images as they worked, creating a mesmerizing display. Just when they thought they were making progress, the ship began to tremble. A low rumbling noise echoed through the corridors. "What's happening?" Raj shouted, his voice tense with worry. "I don't know," Alex replied, his heart racing. "It's like the ship is reacting to us." The trembling intensified, causing tools to clatter to the ground. The crew exchanged anxious glances, feeling the weight of the ship's history bearing down on them. "We need to stop!" Mia yelled over the noise. "This isn't safe!" But Alex was determined. "We can't give up now. We're so close to understanding it." With renewed focus, they worked tirelessly, fighting against the strange energy that surrounded them. Slowly, they began to see results. The navigation system showed a clear path, and the main console responded with more precision. "We did it!" Mia exclaimed, her voice bursting with joy. "The systems are aligning!" But just as they celebrated their small victory, a warning light flashed on the control panel. "What does that mean?" Raj asked, his brow furrowed with concern. Alex hurried over to the console, analyzing the data. "It looks like we're getting incoming signals. I think the ship is trying to communicate with us." Suddenly, the lights dimmed, and a holographic image flickered to life above the console. It was a projection of the alien ship's history, a series of images showing it in battle, its crew fighting bravely against overwhelming odds. The crew gasped, captivated by the story unfolding before them. "What does it mean?" Mia whispered, awe in her voice. "It means this ship has a past," Alex said, his expression serious. "And we need to respect that." With their work temporarily paused, they watched as the hologram continued, revealing the ship's mission and the sacrifices of its crew. Alex felt a surge of responsibility. They were not just upgrading a machine, they were reviving a legacy. The crew gathered around the console, a new understanding dawning on them. They were connected to something bigger than themselves. They would honor the past while forging a new path for the future. "Let's keep going," Alex said, determination flooding his voice. "We can't let their legacy fade away. We'll upgrade this ship and make it stronger than ever." With newfound resolve, the crew returned to work, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They were not just engineers and explorers anymore, they were the keepers of a powerful legacy, and their unforgettable adventure was just beginning. After hours of hard work, the crew of Explorer 1 felt the weight of the alien ship's legacy pressing down on them. The holographic projection had revealed the fierce battles and sacrifices of the ship's original crew. They had once fought valiantly to protect their home, but now they were gone, and the ship lay silent and abandoned. Alex, Mia, and Raj knew they had to act quickly. They had repaired the systems, but they still felt a sense of urgency. "We should finish upgrading the ship and leave this place," Raj suggested. "Who knows what else is out there?" "I agree," Alex replied, glancing at the dimming lights of the control room. Let's get this ship operational. We can learn more about it while we're in motion. As they returned to their tasks, the ship seemed to resonate with their determination. The control console lit up, displaying charts and data. Alex and Mia worked closely, each pressing buttons and flipping switches as they optimized the ship's systems. Suddenly, the low rumble that had interrupted their work earlier returned, louder this time. The walls shook, and a warning light on the control panel flashed red. "What now?" Raj shouted, fear creeping into his voice. Alex quickly analyzed the readings. "It looks like we have company. I think another ship is approaching." Mia's eyes widened in alarm. "We need to move, and fast. They might want the alien ship for themselves." Without wasting another moment, the crew jumped into action. They knew they had to get the alien ship ready for flight. "Raj, start the engines!" Alex commanded, his voice steady. "Mia, keep an eye on the scanners. We need to know when they get close." Raj rushed to the engine controls, his hands flying over the buttons. The ship's systems whirred to life, vibrating beneath his touch. "Engines are primed and ready," he called out. Mia focused on the scanners, her heart racing as she monitored the incoming vessel. "They're getting closer! We have to hurry!" With the engines powering up, Alex connected their human technology to the alien ship's systems. "If we can get the shields online, we'll have a fighting chance," he shouted. As the crew worked together, the atmosphere crackled with tension. They could hear the distant thrum of the approaching ship's engines echoing through the corridors. Each second felt like an eternity. "Almost there!" Alex called out, sweat trickling down his brow. The lights flickered ominously as he pressed the final sequence. "Shields activated! We're ready to launch!" Just then, the alien ship shook violently, and the control room filled with alarms. "They're firing at us!" Mia yelled, her voice filled with panic. "We need to get out of here now! Raj, take us up!" Alex shouted. Raj gripped the controls tightly, sweat beading on his forehead. "Hold on!" He pressed the throttle forward, and the ship lurched upward, breaking free from the docking clamps. The alien ship surged into motion, but the pursuing vessel was right behind them, firing shots that rocked the ship. The crew felt the impact, but remained focused. "Dodge left!" Mia yelled, pointing at the scanner. "They're trying to flank us!" Raj turned the controls sharply, the ship veering to the left, just in time to avoid another blast. The alien vessel's fire missed them but scorched the hull, causing alarms to blare. "We can't keep this up!" Raj shouted. "They'll catch us if we don't find a way to outrun them." Alex's mind raced. "What if we use the alien ship's jump drive? It might give us a chance to escape." "Do we even know how to operate it?" Mia asked, her voice trembling. "It's worth a shot," Alex replied. "We'll have to try." Rushing to the navigation console, Alex began activating the jump drive. The alien symbols flickered as he translated the commands, urging the ship to respond. The lights dimmed and the engines roared to life, their energy building. Come on," he muttered under his breath, feeling the pressure mounting. The pursuing ship fired again, and the crew braced for impact, but the blast barely grazed their shields. "Now, Alex!" Raj yelled, urgency clear in his voice. With a final push, Alex activated the jump drive. The ship shuddered violently as it engaged. In an instant, they felt the familiar pull of space bending around them, a bright flash enveloping the control room. And just like that, the alien ship vanished from the clutches of their pursuers. As the crew caught their breath, they looked at each other in disbelief. "Did we do it?" Mia asked, eyes wide. Alex smiled, a rush of relief flooding over him. "I think we did! We escaped!" The crew let out cheers of victory, their hearts racing from the thrill of the escape. They had transformed the alien ship into something new, something powerful, and they had survived. But even as they celebrated, Alex knew this was just the beginning. The galaxy was vast and filled with unknowns, and they had just awakened a powerful legacy. The adventure ahead promised to be unforgettable, and they were ready to face whatever came next. The crew of the Explorer 1 had escaped their pursuers, but a sense of unease lingered in the air. They had entered a vast and uncharted region of space, filled with bright stars and swirling nebulae. Yet, beneath the beauty lay an ominous silence. As the crew settled into their new routine, they began to explore the upgraded alien ship. Alex and Mia worked together, examining the advanced systems and enhancing their understanding of the technology. Raj kept a close watch on the ship's scanners, alert for any signs of trouble. One day, while they were gathered in the control room, the scanners suddenly beeped loudly. Raj's eyes widened as he stared at the screen. "Incoming ship detected!" It's the one that chased us! Activate the shields! Alex commanded, feeling the familiar rush of adrenaline. Mia quickly responded, her fingers flying over the controls. Shields are up, but they're coming in fast. Raj monitored the scanner, his heart pounding. They're powering their weapons. We need to do something or we'll be sitting ducks. Let's try to outmaneuver them, Alex suggested, trying to remain calm. We can use the agility of this ship to our advantage. The crew sprang into action. Raj took the controls, gripping them tightly as he adjusted their course. The alien ship responded smoothly, gliding through space with surprising speed. Turn left now, Mia shouted as they dodged a blast fired by their pursuers. The ship veered sharply, barely escaping the energy beam that sizzled past them. The enemy ship followed closely, determined not to lose their target. They're still on our tail, Raj warned. We need a plan, Alex thought quickly. We need to find a way to disrupt their targeting systems. If we can throw them off balance, we might have a chance. But how do we do that? Mia asked, her eyes wide with concern. We can use the alien ship's advanced technology, Alex explained, inspiration striking him. Let's overload their sensors. If we can create a false signal, it might confuse them. Mia and Raj nodded, understanding the plan. They moved back to the control panel, ready to implement their strategy. I'll work on creating the false signal, Mia said. Raj, you need to keep the ship steady while Alex activates the overload.
Got it!
Raj replied, determination etched on his face. Mia began typing furiously, creating a sequence of signals to mimic their ship's energy output. Meanwhile, Alex monitored the enemy ship's movements, waiting for the perfect moment. Now, Raj, hold steady, he shouted as the enemy ship drew closer. The tension in the air thickened as they prepared for the confrontation. With the enemy closing in, Alex pressed the button to activate the overload. The ship shook violently as a surge of energy coursed through its systems. It's working, he exclaimed, watching the scanners with hope. The enemy ship began to falter. Its weapon systems flickered as they lost their target lock. They're confused, Mia shouted with excitement. Keep it up, Alex. But the enemy captain was not easily defeated. Recalculate targeting, he yelled to his crew. Get them back in our sights. As the enemy ship regained its composure, they began firing again. The Explorer. One shook as blasts rocked their shields. We need to move, Raj shouted, panic rising in his voice. Let's go for a full-speed escape, Alex yelled. We'll take a sharp turn and see if we can get them off our tail. Raj steered the ship hard to the right, the alien technology responding with incredible agility. The enemy ship followed, but they struggled to keep up with the tight maneuvers. Now's our chance, Alex called. Mia, prepare the jump drive. Mia worked quickly, her heart racing as she set the coordinates. Just a few more seconds, she shouted, sweat beading on her forehead. The enemy ship, frustrated by their inability to keep up, began firing wildly. Blasts exploded around them, sending shockwaves through the Explorer 1. We can't take much more of this, Raj yelled, gritting his teeth. Almost there, Mia said, her fingers dancing over the controls. Ready, set, jump. With one final surge, Alex activated the jump drive. The ship shook violently as the energy built to a breaking point. Then, with a brilliant flash, they were gone. They emerged in a new part of space, far from their pursuers. The crew let out a collective sigh of relief. We did it! Raj exclaimed, his voice filled with triumph. But their victory was short-lived. A massive shadow loomed before them. The enemy ship had followed them through the jump. This isn't over! Alex shouted, realizing the battle was just beginning. We need to prepare for a final showdown. As the enemy ship closed in, the crew steeled themselves for what was to come. They were ready to fight, to protect the legacy of the alien ship and their own survival. The time for courage had arrived, and they would face whatever challenges lay ahead together. The Explorer 1 floated in the stillness of space, the crew catching their breath after the narrow escape. But even in the calm, tension hung thick in the air. They could see the enemy ship lurking just ahead, its dark shape growing closer, ready for a final confrontation. Prepare the weapons, Alex shouted, adrenaline pumping through him. We need to be ready for anything. Mia rushed to the control panel, her fingers flying across the buttons. Weapons are armed, she called out, her voice steady despite the situation. Raj took a deep breath, gripping the controls tightly. I'll do my best to maneuver us out of their line of fire, he said, his focus unwavering. Just give me the word. As the enemy ship closed in, Alex felt a surge of determination. We have the advantage of surprise. Let's use the alien technology to our benefit. Agreed, Mia replied, eyes sparkling with excitement. We've upgraded this ship, and it has powers we don't fully understand yet. We need to tap into that. Alex nodded, formulating a plan. Raj, stay on the move! Mia, keep an eye on their weapons and tell me when they're about to fire. Raj nodded, and with a swift turn of the controls, the Explorer 1 darted to the side. The enemy ship followed closely, but Raj was quick and skilled. They danced through the stars, a game of cat and mouse in the vastness of space. Suddenly, Mia shouted, They're locking onto us! Get ready! Now, Raj! Alex yelled. Get us out of their line of fire! Raj swerved the ship to the left just as the enemy fired. A bright beam of energy shot past them, missing by inches. The crew cheered as they narrowly avoided disaster. Keep moving, Alex ordered, his heart racing. We can't give them a chance to regroup. As they continued to evade the enemy, Mia began to analyze the alien technology. I think there's a way to boost our shields, she exclaimed, her eyes alight with discovery. If I can reroute some power from the engines?
Do it!
Alex encouraged. We'll need every advantage we can get! Mia quickly made the adjustments, her mind racing. With each passing second, the enemy ship grew closer. They fired again, but this time the Explorer 1 absorbed the blast with renewed strength. We're holding up! Raj shouted, feeling a surge of hope. Let's turn the tables. With the shields upgraded, Alex felt a rush of confidence. Raj, prepare to engage the enemy. Let's give them a taste of our own firepower. On it! Raj replied, steering the ship to face the enemy. The crew could see the enemy ship's cannons charging up for another attack. Mia, fire the weapons! Alex commanded. Mia pressed the button, and a bright beam shot out from the Explorer 1, striking the enemy ship. The blast hit hard, causing the other ship to shudder and lose its focus. Yes! We hit them! Raj cheered, his heart racing with adrenaline. But the enemy was not done yet. They quickly regrouped and fired back, the energy beam colliding with the Explorer 1 and shaking the entire ship. Keep us steady, Raj, Alex yelled. We can't let them get the upper hand. As the battle continued, Mia worked feverishly to optimize their weapon systems. If I can just increase the output, she muttered to herself, her concentration absolute. Suddenly, the enemy ship began to falter, struggling to keep its course. They're losing power, Raj shouted. Now's our chance! Let's finish this! Alex commanded, determination shining in his eyes. Mia fired again, and this time the blast hit true. The enemy ship erupted in a blaze of colors, the energy flashing brightly before it began to break apart. Yes! We did it! Mia exclaimed, joy flooding through her. As the debris from the enemy ship drifted into space, the crew of the Explorer 1 erupted in cheers. They had won the battle against overwhelming odds, proving that their teamwork and courage could conquer any challenge. But as they celebrated, a new question arose. What's next for us? Raj asked, his face lighting up with excitement. We've just faced an incredible enemy. There must be more adventures out there. Alex turned to his friends, a spark of curiosity in his eyes. I think this is just the beginning. There's a whole galaxy waiting for us to explore. We need to uncover its secrets and find out what other wonders this alien ship can offer. Mia smiled brightly. I can't wait to see what else we can discover. The technology, the history, and the adventure, it's all out there. With hearts full of excitement and a sense of purpose, the crew set their course for the stars. The Explorer 1 glided through the cosmic landscape, a vessel of hope and discovery. Together, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they ventured deeper into the unknown, Alex felt a sense of belonging. They were more than just a crew. They were a family, united by their shared dreams and adventures. The galaxy was vast and the future was bright. Their journey was just beginning, and with each new adventure, they would forge their own destiny among the stars.